So I'll go ahead and get with how I edit my videos. So if you guys ask me questions on here and I don't see them, I apologize. But yeah, I'll go ahead and double up. I don't have anything else to do tonight, so okay. So how I edit my videos is with Adobe After Effects, and I'll go ahead and pull this up. So basically, let me show you the websites. Let me pull up another web browser. So I'm going to pull up the websites that I used. Now again, I got this from the Assassin's Creed website, or the trailer for the Assassin's Creed 2 video. That's where I got the idea from. And how I did the text is something different. I got it from this tutorial. I know you guys probably can't read it, so I'm going to send the link through chat if chat will let me. Yeah, so there's the link if you guys want to follow along, and it's from an excellent Adobe After Effects tutorial site called ae.tutsplus.com, and this is the cinematic opening title redux tutorial, and basically he just walks you through how to do this cool 3D text. But if you scroll down to the middle of the page, you'll see that it does a bunch of different scripts, and all this right here, all this is the HTML code from my website, and as you can see, it's all split up into different lines, and each line with these scripts that are in this tutorial, it imports each line of code all the way to Adobe After Effects, and that's what this is here. As you can see, well, I don't know how well you can see, but each one of these little lines of code is imported as a different layer, and those scripts also make them 3D. So that website gives you the scripts that break down Notepad text into different lines so that you can then import it into Adobe After Effects, and it imports each line as a different layer in Adobe After Effects, and then splits them up into 3D. So that's how I got the text flying by. I don't know if you guys can, or if the frame rate is enough to do that, but you can see that the code that's in the background of my video is basically the HTML code from my website. I just copied and pasted it into Notepad, and then ran the scripts that were on that site, and it automatically imported it into Adobe After Effects. So the next thing that I did was I just took some random pictures. Alright, so at the very beginning you see this robot, and what I've done is I've done what's called a Luma Matte. If you guys are familiar with Adobe After Effects, a Luma Matte pretty much takes your picture, and then it takes like an animation or something, and it mats the animation onto the picture. So let me remove the animation. And so this is the animation that I have matted. As you can see, it's just kind of like a burn-in. Let me scrub through that just a little bit. It's just a burning animation that kind of shows something burning in. And I've added that as a single layer. And then behind that, if I remove that, I have my robot picture that I created in paint.net. I have that animation that kind of looks like something burning in, and below that I have the picture called robots. Now if you take the visibility off of the animation, you can then set the robot picture. See, here's a robot picture with no track matte. You can set it to Luma Matte, and if the animation is directly above the picture, then it's going to use that picture animation to make it look like it's burning in. So in real time it makes it look a little bit like it's burning in. So I did that for every single one of my pictures so that it looks like it burns in. So with that on top of the script that I used to import the HTML code, that's kind of basically what the introduction is. And then at the very end I did the same thing with the Luma Matte. I just used an animation. Let me see if I can't pull it up. Yeah, it's an animation called Drop. This is from one of the video Copilot series that's just an ink blot. And I changed it to classic color burn. If I changed it to normal, it looks like this. This is what the ink blot looks like that goes over the logo. And it's just an ink blot animation that came with a video Copilot series. It's a very nice little series, but you could probably find this clip on YouTube or something like that. It's very nice little animation. But what I did was I had this animation and I had my logo underneath it. So there's my logo, and it's set to classic color burn, and it just fades in basically, and then transitions to my real logo. Now I took that classic color burned logo and the animation, and I set that and I turned the visibility of the animation off, and then my burn logo I just set it to Luma Matte also, and set it equal to the drop animation. So it combines the two together so that it looks like the logo is just kind of getting dropped in. So what I did was I use Paint.net for a lot of my editing, and the reason that I do that, the reason that I use Paint.net, here I'm pulling Paint.net up, the reason that I'm using Paint.net is because you can import Adobe Photoshop brushes, and so that Kid Stealing Ideas icon is a brush available for Photoshop. And let me show you the website. Here is the website that I went to get all the brushes. So I just posted it in the chat. It's called brusheasy.com, and it's got a ton of different brushes that you can import into either Photoshop. If you have Photoshop, or using a nice little hack, you can also import them into Paint.net. GIMP might do it also, if you can import Photoshop brushes into GIMP. I don't know if it does that automatically. If we have somebody that's very good at GIMP in chat, just let me know if you can import these Photoshop brushes into it, and then you could probably use it. But yeah, you can skip through there and you'll probably find the ones that I used on my website. Like here's the one for the brain. This the Photoshop brushes that I used for the brain. You'll see that flying by in the intro. So somebody asked if you could use the same ideas for your vids that I'm using on mine. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I'm all about teaching people how to do stuff, and the main thing for me is if you guys are learning something from it. But here's the thing though, is what people will really watch your videos for is creativity. So if you guys just start cloning what I do, then not as many people are going to watch it because it's not as creative, and that's what pretty much drives YouTube, is the creative people, the people that do stuff that isn't like everybody else. If you want your videos to stand out and you want people to start watching them, then you're going to have to think of some type of gimmick, something that makes you stand out from everybody else's. And so I don't mind you guys using like ideas for like the introduction that I'm showing you now. But if it just turns out to be a clone, then you're going to get a lot more ridicule than you are viewers, because it's just basically cloning somebody else. And what drives viewers is creativity, as opposed to, like, if you take my ideas and completely make them your own and build on top of them, then that's exactly what I would want. That's exactly what you should do. I hope everybody does do that. That's kind of the basics of my tutorials, is to give you just enough so that you can then build on top of that. No, I don't use Screen Toaster to record my screen. Actually, what I do to record my screen is I take screenshots, and then from those screenshots I post them into Adobe After Effects, and then I add that little cursor hand and I can make it 3D like that. If you're going for freeware, then I would say Cam Studio by far is the best. The only thing that it can't do is zoom in, but it can follow your mouse. That's what I used for a long time. But if you are going to go with payware, Cam Studio is pretty good, definitely. But Cam Studio Camtasia, I'm sorry, Camtasia costs a lot. But Cam Studio doesn't cost anything, and that's actually what I used for my last tutorial. I recorded the screen using Cam Studio, and because the reason I use that is because you can disable your mouse so that it doesn't record your mouse, and I just replaced my mouse with the large cursor in Adobe After Effects. So that's why I used Cam Studio. First question I'm going to ask is how I'm recording my desktop, and it's the using the VH Multi-Camera Studio. I'm going to send you guys the website. Let me pull it up. It's a very, very awesome streaming utility if you guys are familiar with it, because it does a lot of things like let you show your desktop, let you add little watermarks on top of your videos. You can even play videos at the same time. You can do split screens. It's incredible. So it's a lot of fun to play around with. So there's the link to the multi-camera studio program. But that's how I got the watermark on here, and that's how I can switch to the desktop view. And as you can see, it's got all these different presets that I can add different things to. I can add bitmap files. I can add another camera. Like if you have multiple webcams, you can actually run multiple webcams, which is what I was going to do if Ustream worked, but it didn't. And then you can also add videos on top of it. So it's pretty incredible. A bunch of people that are asking what my computer specs are. Let me just pull that up. So what I've got is a custom built computer. I'm switching over to my computer specs, and you guys probably can't read it, but it's a quad core AMD processor, and I've got 4 gigabytes of RAM on it. I'm only running 32-bit because the programs that I use require 32-bit. I've got a huge amount of hard drive space. Don't really know why I have that much. So how much hard drive space do I have actually? I have a rated hard drive space. I have a 1 terabyte hard drive that's rated, so I actually have 2 1 terabyte hard drives that are backing each other up, and then I just filled that up, so over Christmas I got another 2 terabyte hard drive, so I got 3 terabytes total. It's ridiculous. I'm going to start sending you guys a list of websites that I go to, and I'll pull them up as well so that you can see them. But the one that actually gave me the idea where I said, hey, it would be cool to start doing videos like this is probably lifehacker.com. So I'm going to pull that up and show it to you guys. But this is lifehacker.com. Let me send you guys the link. And I saw them I started reading their blog a lot back in 2005, and they just have a lot of tips and tricks for hacking everyday life. Not hacking like you guys think of hacking, which is like computer hacking, but which they do have computer hacking, but they also have a lot of just everyday hacking stuff, like how to hack your mornings, or how to hack your New Year's resolutions, different hacks like that. But it's a very, very awesome website. That's the first one that kind of got me started on my video, and that's one of the ones that I check every day. And then another one that I check every day, which has a lot of fun stuff. It's run by the same company that does Lifehacker, but it's gizmodo.com, and they got, I'll send this to you guys as well. Like, here's one on invisibility cloak technology. So they got a lot of really cool articles just about general technology stuff. So if you're into technology, then that's definitely a really good website to go to. So let's see, what other blogs do I go to? Oh, Instructables.com is another awesome website. So let me pull that up. So Instructables.com just has, I actually only have a few tutorials on there, but basically they do a lot of things for how to just do-it-yourself projects, how to make a whole bunch of different stuff. KipK is one of the biggest ones on there, like how to turn a flashlight into a laser. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, but anyway, those are the majority of websites that's 3 of the websites that I watch every day. The reason that I don't do that is because I don't like doing tutorials using software that costs a lot of money, because that kind of encourages theft, that encourages people to download it illegally, and I don't really want to encourage that. I know you guys probably do that anyway, but I like to do stuff with freeware, and making my tutorials using After Effects and using Adobe Premiere, I don't want to promote people stealing those. Well, in Windows 7, there's a way where you can activate like this God mode folder that pretty much gives you access to almost everything. And all you have to do is create a folder and enter in a specific string for that. But that'll kind of tell you exactly how to do God mode. So I guess technically now I won't really have to do a tutorial on it, but I probably will anyway. But you just enter in this little search string into a folder, and then once you open up that folder, it's gonna have a whole bunch, it's going to link to a whole bunch of different hidden things that you can do in Windows 7. So it's pretty neat for the most part. But what I use is Audacity, and I'll bring that up for you guys. And I've done a tutorial that required Audacity before. It was the how to make a podcast tutorial, one of my older ones. So here's Audacity. Audacity is incredible. It's free, and it's comparable to a lot of the really very expensive programs that are out there, and that's what I use to edit my videos. A lot of programming I learned how to do on my own. whenever I went to college, I learned how to program mainly in Visual Basic and VisualBasic.net, and I learned how to do Java on my own. I learned how to do ActionScript on my own. If you guys are interested in doing ActionScript, learning how to code in ActionScript, Lee Brimlow is the best person. He does video tutorials on ActionScript, and he's the best person to teach you how to code in ActionScript, which is what it's called. GoToLearn.com is the website. So I'm going to bring that up and I'll paste it in the forum as well. So here's the GoToLearn website. But as you can see on GoToLearn, he does, this is, he's got his augmented reality program. That's where I got the idea to do my augmented reality tutorial, was from here. And this is actually the one that I used right here. I just went a little bit more in depth than he did. And he's got Flex tutorials and how to make like Flash video players. And I would love just to do exactly what he does as far as Flash, but I decided to take a more broad approach. But if you're wanting to learn ActionScript, that's definitely the best place to go. The camera that I use is a Canon HG10, which is actually broken right now, which is why you guys haven't seen any live action videos of me, which is sad, breaks my heart. But it's I'm pulling up a website right now for the Canon HG10. But it has, the reason that I got it is because it had an audio input, and I wanted to be able to attach a microphone to it. So, but anyway, this is the video camera that I use, the Canon HG10. It's high definition. It actually records in 1080p as opposed to 720p. Well, it records in both, but that's why my videos are so high quality, is because I actually record in 1080p. But anyway, as you guys know, I used to be an advocate for Avira Antivirus. Let me pull up the Avira website. I think it's freeav.com. Let me just make sure though. Don't want to send you guys to a bad website. Yeah, it's freeav.com. So this is what I used to use, because it was free and it was very good, but it's been kind of going downhill. But I don't like paying for antivirus programs. So the one that I use now is actually the Windows Security Essentials. Because it's actually been getting really good reviews, believe it or not. And I go to avcomparatives.com because they rank all the different antivirus programs, and that's how I choose which antivirus program that I use. Yeah, AVG. Somebody said AVG messed up their computer in chat. I don't like AVG at all. But if you go to avcomparatives.com, then they'll tell you what the best antivirus program is, because they go through a bunch of different rigorous tests, and from those I normally go with the best antivirus program that's free, which right now is Windows Security Essentials, so that's what I'm using. Alright, let's see. Alright, what other questions? What about Norton? Norton is horrible. Norton is a computer leech. It pretty much leeches onto your computer. Norton, most of the payware antivirus programs do. They are good at finding viruses, but they also do so much other crap that they don't need to do, like scan your emails, scan your website, scan your startup, scan every USB drive that you put in, which is good, but if it's doing its job at actually keeping viruses off of your computer, then it doesn't need to do all that other crap, which is what it does anyway. Kaspersky I've heard is good, but again, I'll only use free programs. I guess what you're asking is how much money can you make off of video blogging and things like that. And you have to, if you're going to do it for a living, you have to get a lot of viewers if it's even going to be a possibility. And let me show you how you can, like, you have to get a website set up, obviously. If you're thinking about doing it on just YouTube, then you're gonna have to get as many subscribers as like the annoying people. Fred, he's probably making a pretty decent living off of it. But yeah, Harris sent a YouTube partners. You have to become a YouTube partner. Here's the tips for becoming a YouTube partner. Yes, I am a YouTube partner. Harris just sent the website, youtube.com/partners. I am a YouTube partner, and how you become a YouTube partner is you have to have on your account, you have to have very not high quality videos, but they have to be very professional type videos. Like if you have any personal videos on there, like you pulling a prank on your little brother, then they're not going to consider you as a partner. You have to set up an account, and it has to be strictly professional type stuff, like professional video type casts. They don't have to look professional necessarily, but they just have to be professional. Because I became a YouTube partner when I had about 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers, so you don't have to have that many subscribers. But whenever you become a YouTube partner, that's how you can then go to that's how you can customize your interface. Let's see, this should take me there. Yeah, that's how you can add like little buttons at the top of your main page, and it gives you a whole bunch of different branding options, is what they call it, like little logos here and there, and you can customize a lot more. And that's also how on your videos you can get the little subscribe button. I don't like this new YouTube interface, by the way, but I guess you have to live with it. But that's also how you can make a little subscribe button, is after you become a YouTube partner. That's how you can make money. They put ads on your videos and you can make money off of that. But like I said, if you're not getting thousands of views a day, then you're definitely not gonna be able to make a living off of it. How much money do you get when you have 1,000 subscribers? Probably at the most $1 a day, because that's what I was making when I had 1,000 subscribers. So if you want to make a living off of it, you want to set up a website to go along with your videos, so that you can have more ads on your website. And that's why I have ads on my website, because I'm trying to do it through revenue. And then once you get enough people viewing your website, then you can actually have subscribers pay you and that's the route that you would want to go, is have subscribers actually pay you to put ads on your website.